let me tell you about Glucose Revolution by Jessie Inchauspe. She wrote this book. She's quite a young girl that wrote this book. She's a scientist, and she wrote about the metabolism of glucose in the body, and it's wonderful. It's something very important for us to understand, to know, and to make sure that we don't overload our bodies unnecessarily, and what are the different methods how to kind of help your body naturally to have a little bit less burden. Even if you are eating the same things, there are certain strategies you can adopt that will make it easier for your body to actually digest and metabolize sugars. And I find this book very well done, nicely written, and an important part of an overall picture of books. This review for me is really hard to do, this summary, because my last summary, and this is why it took me so long to actually record it, my last summary was from Dr. Joshua Warrich, who criticizes Jessie a lot, okay? And what he actually says about Jessie is that she is demonizing glucose spikes. And that's not okay, because there's a lot of factors that go into the spikes other than glucose, and it's a normal part of our functioning. Like, glucose spikes are not something we should avoid for every cost, at every cost. And I mean, and I like to have critics. I mean, I like to hear that somebody has another opinion, and it's important that we listen to different opinions. And in fact, here it's really nice. I mean, it's he's right, she's right. I mean, because yes, I agree. I like to look at things from the evolutionary biology perspective, and yes, glucose spikes are not to be demonized. It's the way how naturally body deals with sugars, and that's okay. The problem is if we have them all the time. And in today's world, with the marketing, crazy marketing of big food companies, if you don't pay attention, you are going to have too much glucose spikes. There is so much sugar metabolism problems, and glucose. And you can't just pretend that it has nothing to do with each other. Diabetes type 2 is a global epidemic, and we cannot just pretend that it has absolutely nothing to do with sugar and metabolism of sugar. And Jessie offers some simple strategies how to reduce the glucose spikes. The idea is, and the hope is, that if you have your glucose under control, you will not get these further issues, and you will have a better relationship with your food. And I like that. I have no problem with that. Yeah, if it goes to the point of obsessing about food and not having these glucose spikes, maybe that's not healthy either. So there must be some kind of a good relationship with this information that is presented. I think for a lot of people, understanding glucose metabolism is the first step towards kind of the nutrition world. And that's lovely. So I completely recommend, if glucose is something that you want to look into, fantastic. That's great. But remember that it's like looking only on one angle from the big picture, and keep doing your research, satisfying your curiosity, and you will be absolutely doing super well. So do I recommend the book? Yes. Do I think it's absolutely perfectly on on the point with every single item that she talks about? No, because she doesn't look at every aspect of human body. It would be really difficult. So I think it's a good start point, and it's a good start of the discussion. So I'm quite happy also for the comments of Dr. Woolrich. Finally, I want to say that when we discussed this book at the book club, we also mentioned that she has another book, Glucose Goddess, and that's more a recipe book. So the Glucose Revolution, to explain, summarizes really the basic principles. Like, I mean, for example, just to give a quick example, I mean, she recommends eating fibrous vegetables as a first part of the meal, because then it slows down metabolism and the sugars will not cause such a spike. Or there is a hack of putting like a spoon of sugar in water before eating your food that also slows down the breakdown of sugar, if I understand it correctly, and it will not cause a huge glucose spike. The problem with glucose spikes may be the weight gain if you have too many, and yeah, of course, if you follow these examples, you might even lose some weight, and it may help you overcome certain problems. Jessie helped an incredible amount of women, so I really recommend reading it if it interests you.